Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I just watched the interview with Sharon Osbourne and Bill Maher on his HBO show Real Time with Bill Maher, and it was predictable. It was offensive. It was predictably offensive, and I had to talk about it. It just annoyed the hell out of me, and I had to talk about it. It's your basic white entitlement wine fest. Basically, Sharon is like, I didn't do anything wrong. I was just walking along being perfectly delightful, and all these people started being woke at me. And I just didn't know what to do. Basically, Bill Maher said, so Piers Morgan said he didn't agree with me, and Marco was called racist and fired, and then you said he had a right to his opinion, and you were called racist and fired, right? And she's like, that's basically it. No, Sharon, that's not it. Piers has a long history of racist behaviour that people have called him out on for years, and fundamentalist rubbish and ageism and all this stuff. He's just a big cesspool of offences, and that's his brand. That's he upsets people, he gets attention, he makes people watch TV. That's his brand. He's capitalised hatred and being disgusting. That's Piers Morgan, and that's why you gravitate to him and get along with him, I'm sure. So he did all that, and one of the weathermen was nice enough to call him out on all his rubbish with Meghan Markle and his long history with her, and he couldn't take it because he's a little snowflake boy, and he couldn't take it, so he stormed off the set and walked off and quit. That's what happened. He wasn't fired, he wasn't called racist, he quit, he walked off because he couldn't handle being called out on his BS. Similar with Sharon. She was called out, so people tried to talk to her on the show The Talk about her issues and tone deafness with this situation, that she was basically supporting someone who was basically a racist and not seeing a problem with that. And these two very nice black ladies tried to explain this to her very peacefully and quietly and rationally, and she started swearing at them and abusing them and telling them they had, invalidating them, basically saying you have no right, no rights to emotions or anything. You can't be emotional. I'm the victim here. It's all about me. And went on a rant. And this is not the only thing she's done. Now, she's been accused of calling people names, basically, and being unprofessional in the job and being abusive. She apparently called Julie Chen wonton and slanty eyes, which I'm not saying myself. That's what they said. She said. And calling Sarah Gilbert a kitty licker, if you know what I mean, because she's lesbian. And just a whole slew of offences like that. And it's just, like I said, that's her brand. She's just this offensive, abrasive, abusive, nasty personality. And that used to be very popular in the 90s. But it's 2021 now, and we're kind of over it. There's really no room for that anymore, because the people who've taken that sort of abuse and that are just over it. And we're just over it collectively. That's why people are getting cancelled all over the place. And they're all like, I don't understand why this is happening to me. I'm just doing the same thing I've been doing for 10, 20, 30 years. Why is everyone suddenly getting upset about being marginalised and reduced to second-class citizens? I mean, God, why are you so offended? Why are you so sensitive? They blamed everything on, Meghan was just too sensitive. They didn't allow her to have her feelings. Her feelings were hurt. Well, that's not being racist. So that was their defence, which is just pathetic. Now, one thing that I'm sure she said all those things. Now, it's alleged, but I'm sure she said all those things. Personally, that's my feeling, mostly because one of the things she did say that she denied on air, but she said on air, was she said that Leah Remini and Holly Marie Pete, I think her name was, that I always want to say Holly Marie Coombs from Charmed. I cannot remember the other actress's name because one always supersedes the other in my memory, because whatever. I'm always afraid of getting her name wrong. She basically said they were ghetto, and she said, I never said that. I wouldn't use that word. That's not even in my vocabulary. And it's right there on air. She said it on air. She said, oh, why do you talk like that? That's all ghetto. Like, you and people who speak like that, you're just ghetto, and that is less than. And that's basically her whole thing. I'm rich, I'm British, I'm white, I'm better than everyone else, and I'm going to be as mean as I want, and you'll all just take it, and that's my brand, and you'll all buy it. That's Sharon Osbourne. and I'm well and truly over it. I never liked her, and I haven't liked her for all the years that she slagged Madonna off for ages, and when she's just jealous because Madonna's hotter than she ever was, and still is. I got my own problems with Madonna, but I'm not going to trash her just for the sake of it. So yeah, that's basically how the interview went. They just minimised, they copped out to anything she actually did. They minimise any of the real problems and the real issues and feelings of any of the people of colour, because, I mean, they don't matter. They're not us. We're white. We're the entitled ones. It was all about entitlement and them whining and crying that their entitlement was being infringed upon. And they even mentioned entitlement literally in the interview. And I'm like, wow. I just don't know what to think of these people. I just don't know what to think with people who... it's really simple. Once you accept that we're equal and white people are the same as black people or Asian people or anything other, everything just flows from that. Once you just get that in your head, you don't have to worry about what not to say or, how to do this or how to do that or how to address this person. If you don't have the basic core belief that they're inferior to you and you're superior because you're white and you should be treated better, you don't run into all these funny little problems. It's oddly enough, it's just maddening. And you see these people and you hear the dog whistles that they put out to the other racists. You can hear all the things that they're trying to say, that people will jump on their bandwagons and ride along with them with their little racist little whistles and bells and just following along like some big conga line of ignorance. I don't know what to say. This is not the first video. I've ranted about this a few times, as you can hear from my voice. Because it just makes me so angry and so frustrated. And I knew this was going to happen when she did her first interview, and I wasn't going to watch it, but I'm like, damn it, it's sitting right there on my YouTube. They know I want it. So I watched it. But I'm just sick of it. And look, you know what? I'm all for forgiveness and for redemption. If you want to pull your head in and say, I was wrong, I screwed up, I need to do better, people will genuinely allow you the opportunity to redeem yourself and do better. So Sharon, just pull your head in, you'll get a second chance. But if you keep on insisting you didn't do anything wrong and you're the victim and these other black people, well, how dare they? They just got emotional. They had feelings. How dare you have feelings? You do not cry. You're not allowed to be a real human being and have feelings. No, I'm the only real person here. You're just this thing that entertains me. That's this real... It makes me angry. I'm going to stop talking now because I don't want to make my throat any worse. Yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. What did you think of the interview? I'm assuming people watched it. I just want it to end. I just want the racism and stupidity to end. I mean, there's nothing to be achieved by holding on to this rubbish and not letting it go. There's just nothing to be achieved by it, except holding people down and whatever that validates for people. I don't understand why they have to hold other people down to feel like they can hold their place or something. It's just, it's too much. I'm going to keep ranting if I don't stop. I'm going to go. Thanks. Bye.